Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, this is Amal. I'm a traveler and content creator and dancer. This year I went all over Morocco, my country. Today I want to talk to you about the best tips for you to save money if you decide to tour Morocco. I'm going to divide it into two parts, the north of Morocco and south of Morocco. So stay tuned if you're thinking of going to Morocco, which you should, and how to best go about it. Start with central to north. Central to north can easily be done with public transportation. It's actually a great way to experience what Morocco has to offer in terms of trains, buses, taxis, shared taxis, local experience. It's the best way to do it, and 100% the cheapest way to do it is like that. If you are insisting on renting a car, do it for the south of Morocco, and I'll explain later why. For the north of Morocco, this is the itinerary you can do. You can start in either Casablanca or Rabat. Take the high-speed train to Tangier, which is about $15. In Tangier, spend a few nights in budget-friendly hostels or hotels. You can go from $15 a night for a hostel to a private room in that hostel for $40 maybe. Very good breakfast, amazing views in the old Medina of Tangier over Spain, the Mediterranean. And then from Tangier, you go to Chefchaouen, 2-3 hours away by shared taxi. Again, $15 is very cheap. Chefchaouen is a place you don't want to miss when you're in Morocco. It's the blue city nestled in the high Reef Mountains. I absolutely loved it. It was my favorite, probably my favorite place. There's loads of hostels there because it's highly touristic, but not overwhelmingly so. It is a highly touristic place, so it is catered for the needs of backpackers, for the needs of maybe couples who want to just retreat. It's got something for everyone. Hostels there, I paid about $12 a night for my hostel, which also had the option of privates for like $40 a night. So clean, amazing. You can take a hike if you want. You don't need any transportation whilst you're in Chefchaouen because it's so small. Use your feet to go everywhere. So it's definitely a budget-friendly option for Morocco. From Chefchaouen, if you are short on time, rather than going to Fez, you can take the bus and go back to Casablanca. It's an 8-hour bus, and that's $20. And then you finished your circle around the north. So you've got Casablanca or Rabat to Tangier, Chefchaouen, and then back to Casablanca. A little circle, which is great for 5 days or a week. You know, you can spend 2 days in Rabat or Casablanca, 2 days in Tangiers, and I'd say 3 days in Chefchaouen just to actually relax and then come back because it's going to be a long bus ride back to Casablanca. And if you've got more time from Chefchaouen, you can actually go to Fez. Fez is what I say, the original Morocco, if you want to see everything that's traditional. So definitely go there to see Zalige, handwork, leatherwork, craftsmanship, history. It's got everything. And it's about 2 hours and a half from Chefchaouen. You can take a shared taxi as well from there. And then from Fez, you can finish your journey by train directly back to Casablanca. It's like a 5-hour train. And it's around $18. So there you go. In total, for just your transportation, you've got about $60. Whether if you go with a tour operator, you'd end up spending a lot more. But it's more, some people prefer that because it's more convenient for them. But if you are a budget traveler like I was when I started this tour in Morocco, and you just want to do it independently, this is the way, and it's cheap. And then you've got your hostels as well, and then you guarantee to see so many various things in the north of Morocco. And now to the south of Morocco. So South Morocco has less options for public transportation. No trains. All the trains actually stop in Marrakesh. Still, you have shared taxi options and the bus. From Marrakesh to Merzouga, which is a desert, epic road. It's probably my favorite road in Morocco. I've said this so many times in my other videos. It's just so scenic because you've got so many change of scenery, change of terrains. You go through the mountains, you go through the palm groves, and then you end up in the desert. It's an incredible road, and definitely if you decide to take a car, that's where you'll get more value for your buck because you get to stop in every scenic point, take your pictures, meet locals, try out different activities like it's the area of clay, so you can get your hands into the clay there and just do different things. However, if you do the public transportation, if you want to be very cheap, you can do it from Marrakesh to Ouarzazate through the Atlas Mountains. That's $10. Spend some time in Ouarzazate, maybe go to the movie studio cinema there, Atlas Studios. They call it the Hollywood of Africa. It's where all the very famous films like Gladiator has been shot. It's very worth it. Ouarzazate. Then you can go take a taxi to Skoura, explore the palm groves there, very beautiful area. And then from Skoura, come back to Ouarzazate, take another bus, which is a straight 8-hour bus to the deserts, and that's $18. So there you go. For $28, you can do Marrakesh to the deserts. However, you will be missing a lot of the scenic points between Ouarzazate and Merzouga, because that road has the Valley of Roses, it's got Tinrir, the Dades Gorges, the Monkey Fingers, the Canyon of Morocco, if you want. And it's just so beautiful, and it's worth stopping there to take your pictures. And that's where you can also do a bit of shopping, meet locals, the nicest people ever, from my experience. And I think if you have a car, if you find some friends and you split the costs for a car, it's definitely worth it. That's where you want to do it. And you can also do it if you've got a week, maybe, and then take the route back. And why also it's better to have a car, because once you reach Merzouga is like a massive sandbox. But all around Merzouga is tiny little villages. And if you want to make the most of Merzouga, you want to go all the way to Khamlia to meet the Gnawa people of Khamlia. You want to come back to the start point of the camels, or if you want to do the quads, if you want to do all these activities, it will be hard if you don't have a car. If you just arrive by bus, it's like, okay, well, what now? I'm in the middle of nowhere, literally in a vast space of land. So if you have a vast space of land, you need a car to actually explore it well. However, if you are thinking of then from Merzouga going all the way up north, that's not very budget friendly. So I would recommend taking the car back to Marrakesh, where you probably have rented it, and do the route through Zagora this time to see even more scenic points and historical villages and more spots where films were shot. Very green and orange. I love that contrast. If you're a photographer, videographer, you'll really appreciate the differences in hues and contrasts there. You've got more time on your hands. You've got 2 weeks and you've done the south, and then you want to go to the north, come back to Marrakesh, take the train from Marrakesh to Casablanca, and then from there do what I said previously about the north, Casablanca to Tangier, and then do that circle. So you can do 2 circles like that if you've got 2 weeks. It's really ideal, and you would have hit the major spots to see in Morocco. Now, if you don't want to see the desert, if you're more of an ocean, this is what I love about Morocco. You've got the option. Should I go to the desert or should I go surfing in the ocean with these incredible waves? Like, that's why I love it. I might be biased, yes, because I'm from there, but it is a fantastic country in terms of options. Anyway, so if you decide to do the ocean vibes, from Marrakesh, you can take the bus to Essaouira. Essaouira is one of my favorite places. Incredible, peaceful place, very budget friendly, loads of hostels there, loads of Airbnbs, loads of options for you. So it's a very easy road from Marrakesh to Essaouira. You can take Supratour or CTM. So those are the 2 bus companies. If you've got a weekend, this is perfect. If you land in Marrakesh, go to Essaouira for 2 days and come back. It's a great weekend getaway option. Or if you've got, again, more time, if you've got a week from Essaouira, you can take a shared taxi and go all the way down to Agadir. Or if you want to do some surfing, you can stop in Imswan or Tarazout, which are the 2 hot spots for surfing. However, it does get busy, but it's worth it, especially between September and February. It's such a great vibe there. And yeah, you can do it on the cheap. There you go. This is how you can hit Morocco, how to tour Morocco on the budget. Go for it. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Let's have a discussion of how you would do Morocco. And if you want to know anything else about it, let me know as well. I'm on Instagram, and I'm always talking about my dear, dear Morocco.